I can see how this gives you a lot of options. It's really tempting. Okay. Oh, that is a weird feeling. Practically West Side up in here. This is, I think, what Louis had in mind when he made chain workouts. This was it. He knew what he was talking about. I was skeptical of that technology in the gym thing, but I might be coming around a little bit.
Massenomics.
What's up, guys? Tommy from Massenomics here, and today we're in beautiful sunny California at our good friend Darko's home gym, and he's got a very special piece of equipment he's going to show us. Darko, what do we got here?
So this is a Beyond Power Voltra 1. It's basically a 200-pound cable resistance machine that you can attach to power racks. They have different mounts. You can connect them to trees, pole, anything like that. But essentially, yeah, it replicates a cable machine.
And so you said 200 pounds, and for people that maybe don't realize, there's not a way. There's a lot going on here. None of this is related. This is just a box. Yeah. Where's the 200 pounds at?
So basically, there's a little mechanism inside there that does magnetic resistance. So you can basically go up to 200 pounds. It kind of adjusts basically, I think, by 1 pound increments all the way up if you really wanted. And yeah, no, everything's just inside this little box.
So what makes this thing really unique, and this is my first time, I've seen a few of these online, I've never seen one in person. How long have you had this one?
I've had probably about 2 months now.
Okay, yeah. So the more I've looked into this, I've been really surprised because you say, well, all right, 200 pounds, you get a weight stack, it does 200 pounds. But this is a computer, there's a software component to this which allows you to do some really cool stuff. Yeah. And part of that is, you said, adjusting by 1 pound increments, or even something like an example I've heard is like drop sets. Can you tell it like by the rep, or how does it know to adjust weight on you when you're doing a drop set?
So there's a couple of modes. There's like an assistance mode where, like, if it can tell you're kind of struggling on a last rep,
it can
actually
make things
drop
easier.
it down a little bit. There are things like it can replicate chains where it gets heavier at the pull. You can adjust like the eccentrics, so where you're pulling 30 pounds out, it's going to pull you 60 pounds back in.
Oh, that's very cool.
So just, I mean, kind of a lot of modes. Even there's a lot of things I still haven't even touched on because there's just so much in this little box.
And I suppose with the software component to it too, I mean, is there like firmware updates? Are they making updates to it all the time?
Yeah, they just had their winter update come out, and that was like with reverse chains, essentially.
Okay.
And that, I mean, that's kind of one of the cool things about it is, like, they seem to be really in tune with, the community and getting feedback. So yeah, since I've had it, they've done, I think, besides the winter update, they had another update, and yeah, I've only had it for 2 months, so they're definitely on top of it. Okay,
well let's do a few demos, a few example exercises here. So I guess first one off the bat, how do you actually adjust this thing? What does that part look like? If you need, let's say it's too high or too low, how do you do that?
Okay, so this one right now is on the sliding mount, so it kind of works like a normal cable column. So it kind of has this tightener back here just to get it really tight to the upright. So you loosen that, and then there's basically a pop pin.
Oh, okay. So it's like any kind of trolley.
Yeah, and then you basically just tighten it back up.
Gotcha. Okay. So super simple right there, right off the bat. All right.
So yeah, that's their sliding mount. They also have things like fixed mounts at the top here for something that you're just never going to move. So
like a lat pull down, for example. Okay.
So then, yeah, just setting weight, you can kind of see on the screen here, we have like weight training, you have resistance band modes to replicate a resistance band.
Okay, so before you get started, you need to kind of tell it what you want it to do first. Yeah. Okay, so if we want to do, give me an example exercise. Let me get a feel for
weight
this
training, we'll tap the load, and then you can kind of see how this adjustment goes.
Oh, okay.
So as you move it, you can kind of feel.
Oh, yeah, it has the little haptic feedback in there. Oh, man. So we can go all the way down to 5 pounds. Yep. Or if I want to ramp this up. Oh, so it's making little adjustments on the fly. Whoa. That's so cool. Okay, so let's just go something easy. All right, give me an exercise though. So we need an attachment to drop in there.
Yep. Yeah, so you need an attachment. So we can just grab one of these rogue handles real quick. If you're just going to do like a single arm row or something like that. Let's see here.
So you just pop it in your carabiner. Yep. And 35 pound single row, pull it. Okay. Oh yeah, very smooth.
Yeah, it's very smooth. It feels a little bit different than a cable stack.
Tanner, I don't know if you're seeing this, but right here, it's giving me my sets and reps, so I don't even got to think about it. Oh yeah. Okay, I like that. You know what? Now I changed my mind. I want to do a little face pull here. So if I take this out, where are we at over here?
Yeah, anywhere.
Here. Okay. So throw that up there. I go over. get, let's say this rope. I throw this in. Okay, I got it right there. I'm back here. Oh yeah. Oh, and it knows set too, so it saw me take a break there, and it knew that. Oh, and it's counting just like that. Okay, so that's like your straight weight mode.
Yeah.
Now let's say we want to do one of those other options you're talking about. What does that look like now?
So like an eccentric, adjust that up. So now if you pull, so let's see, let's drop that down a little bit. So when you pull right now, it's going to be 24 pounds. On the weigh-in, it's going to add 19 pounds to it.
Okay, so 24 pounds there.
It should kick in here in a second.
Oh, whoa, okay.
Yeah, that kind of pulls you in.
All right,
You kind of catch you off guard.
I gotcha. Okay. Oh, that is a weird feeling. Whoa. Kind of feels like I'm lifting for the first time in my life. Wow, that's wild. All right, like give me. Now you really got my attention. Give me one other mode. What do we got? Chains on there? Was that one of the options?
Let's see. I think we have chains.
Okay, so
the further away you get, it should get heavier.
Oh yeah, there. Okay, yeah.
So progressive overload.
Yeah, progressive overload there. Yeah. Practically West Side up in here. This is, I think, what Louis had in mind when he made chain workouts. This was it. He knew what he was talking about. Okay, that's really cool. All right, so that's just one example.
Yeah.
If you're talking about building out this ecosystem, like how far can you take this? It seems like an obvious next step would be possibly 2. And then you have like a super compact functional trainer. You know, you could be in the rack here doing flies, and all of a sudden one arm's doing eccentrics, one arm's got chains. Muscle confusion is what you got going on there.
Yeah, I always thought like if you really wanted to do a really compact home gym, you could really just get, I think they even sell like uprights with short little wall cross members.
Like Beyond Power, you're saying?
Beyond Power does.
Okay.
So you can really build out like a rack in like a 16-inch depth against a wall.
Mm-hmm.
You can use these, for basically your squats, your bench, your deadlift, everything, just connected to the uprights. I personally, I'm not sure I want someone pulling with a cable down at me so much.
Right, but someone that maybe even you're renting or in an apartment or something like that, where having a huge home gym, a huge garage gym, heavy weight stacks, where that can be challenging, maybe on a second or third floor, higher. I can see how this gives you a lot of options. It's really tempting. So, okay, if we're going to say, we've talked about nothing but great, glowing reviews about this. So if we're to say, okay, well, this is so cool. Why doesn't everyone have one of these? Just a few of the things. This is new technology, and with new technology comes a cost. So what is the cost on something like this roughly?
So the base unit, I believe, is $2,000 right now.
2,000 American dollars.
2,000 American dollars.
Yes.
That does not include any mounts.
Okay, and so so when we say mounts, we're talking this piece here, this piece up
Yeah.
here. You have a few spread throughout your gym.
So depending on what mounts you get, this sliding mount, that's another $250. So
Not cheap.
it's not cheap.
But
the fixed mounts, you get a pair for $100. So those aren't too bad.
All right.
They have a couple other mounts out there as well, like ones that you basically use kind of like a seatbelt strap, so you can connect it to trees or a pole or something like that. So yeah, but I mean, you're probably looking at $2,500 kind of right up front.
Okay, so you have that. How does this actually? Where's the power for this coming from?
So it has a battery on it. Basically, you just probably got to charge it about like once a week, maybe.
So is it
USB-C?
Are you popping the battery out?
It's beyond power.
It's beyond power. It just powers itself. I don't.
There's a USB-C port.
So you just run a cable from wherever it's at,
Yeah.
or you can pop it off, I suppose, too. Okay, so you charge it. It lasts about a week. With that, one of the concerns I've heard people mention or not sure about is like long term what happens with these. And I was asking you. You said there are parts available. So if something were to break or a battery or something, they do sell some of those items.
Yeah, so you can get a battery replacement. There's a cable replacement you can buy as well. I think it comes with like a 1-year warranty up front. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And but yeah, anything with technology is always
I mean it's like buying a computer.
Exactly.
Break a computer, there's going to be some things you're going to go through.
I mean, it's like your phone, where like after a year or two, the battery starts going you know, it just doesn't charge as well. It gets slower. You know, at least something like this, you're not, you know, your phone, we all check our phone, you know, 100 times a day or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you use this for like 3 workouts, and then, you know, that's 15 minutes, and then you come back the next day and use it for 15 minutes. So hopefully that results
It gets
in,
babied a little more.
yeah, you know, hopefully you get 5.
So
you know.
that's to be determined on the long term. You know, what is 5 years? What is 10 years? Maybe they made them great, and 10 years from now, it's still kicking. You know,
that's what I hope.
To be determined.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else about this piece that we should know about? I guess the other takeaway is that it is changing all the time. They're adding new updates. It is new product with the team that's putting effort in.
Yeah, I think they're working on, like, you know, where you can actually develop your own, like, custom strength curves, things like that for people that really like to tinker. But yeah, no, I mean, it's like such a cool piece of technology. It's one of those things where I'm like, if it was $1,000, I'd recommend it to everybody.
Yeah.
At $2,000,
even a pair at $1,000 a pair sounds like, oh, you got a pretty banging home gym for not a ton of money.
But, you know, you're looking at $2,500 up front. Yeah, the question's whether or not it's going to last. You know, how long it's going to last.
Yeah. Or over time, does, you know, is new technology 5 years from now, 10 years from now, are these $1,000 or less, or is there more competitors that enter the market too? So
yeah, right now there's a couple other companies kind of
making a run at it.
Yeah, similar products. This definitely seems like the best of all of those so far. So,
well, I'll tell you, I was skeptical of that technology in the gym thing, but I might be coming around a little bit.
Are you going to be a buyer for Tommy's Home Gym?
I'm going to keep my eyes on this thing. They have my attention. They got some really cool things. And did you mention was the team some engineers from DJI? Is
that's my understanding?
So DJI, the big drone manufacturer. I'm sure some of you guys out there have drones or have seen people with them. So kind of one of the leading companies these guys broke off. So they know a thing or two about a thing or two.
A little bit, yeah.
All right. Well, Darko, thanks for showing me this. I'm going to keep my eyes on that. You tell me in the comments, technology in the gym, in or out? Is it allowed? Could you ever see yourself having one of these someday? Do you have any other questions about this? Maybe we can get you some follow-up there. Until then, keep watching Massenomics. Go on the website, buy some new gear. Make sure to hop on over to Darko. Darko, what's your website?
It's going to be darkolifting.com.
Get yourself a barbell anchor, shorty bar, longy bar, something. I have an anchor. It's a great product. I couldn't even lift in a home gym without it. So make sure you get one of those. Thanks a lot for having us, Darko, and we will see you guys next time.